3 weeks, viewers. That is all that stands between right now and WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. And this afternoon, everything has seemingly changed according to those in the know. I am not talking about one thing changing. I am not talking about a minor adjustment. No. I am talking about a complete rewrite according to rumors and gossip online, not confirmed. The card that you thought you knew, the matches you thought were locked, the main events that you thought were set in stone, gone, scrapped, canceled. And the people inside WWE who are supposed to know everything are saying they do not recognize the show they are building anymore. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you are going to understand exactly what happened and why nothing about WrestleMania 42 or Monday Night Raw will ever be the same again. Remember to like, hype, subscribe, click the bell, turn on all notifications. Let me start off with what my sources are telling me. And I want to be very clear. I want to be real crystal clear with my viewers, my fans, and my subscribers. This is based off of rumors, gossip, and theories for entertainment purposes. But when 3 separate people who have been right before all say the same thing on the same night, you pay attention. What they are saying is this. There was a meeting inside WWE this week. A real meeting, not a creative brainstorm, not a regular production call, an emergency meeting. And the subject of that meeting was simple. WrestleMania 42 is not working, and they have 3 weeks to fix it. And when I tell you what specifically is not working, you are going to immediately understand why, because you have already seen it with your own eyes on WWE television, viewers, fans, and subscribers. That is what I'm going to express to you. That is what I'm going to give to you, the foundation. We're going to lay it out right here, all the groundwork, all the meat and the potatoes, and we're even going to serve up the main entree and the dessert for all WWE news, rumors, and we're going to escalate it, and we're going to dominate it as only we can. Now, let's start off with the biggest problem on the entire WrestleMania 42 card right now. Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE title on the SmackDown side. On paper, this is a perfect WrestleMania main event. The Legend Killer, the American Nightmare, a legacy betrayal, a chair shot, blood, everything you need for the biggest show of the year. This is just great, right? There is just one problem, ladies and gentlemen. Randy Orton turned heel on Cody Rhodes and destroyed him in front of 60,000 people. And those 60,000 people stood up and cheered. They sang his song. They chanted his name. They applauded a brutal, vicious attack on the undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. And that is a massive problem for WWE, because a heel turn that does not work 3 weeks, it does not work 3 weeks before WrestleMania, means the crowd in Las Vegas will cheer the wrong person on the grandest stage of them all. And ladies and gentlemen, again, that is a very, very big issue. Now, with that being a massive problem, okay, here is what my sources say, and it gets really interesting from here, viewers. It really starts to build up the anticipation, the expectation. Because the solution that the WWE is reportedly considering is so unexpected, it is so drastic, that when I heard it, I had to ask twice to make sure I understood correctly. According to what is being talked about backstage right now, WWE is seriously considering adding a stipulation to the Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton match that nobody has discussed publicly yet. The rumor is a stipulation so severe that even the most diehard Randy Orton fan in Las Vegas crowd will have no choice but to boo him. I cannot confirm exactly what that stipulation is, but the words being used by people close to the situation are career-ending and no way back. Whatever WWE is planning, it is designed to make Randy Orton the most hated man in Las Vegas on April the 18th, because that will be main eventing Saturday night, night 1. And sources say the decision may be made as early as this Friday night on SmackDown, which is tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you right now, that, ladies and gentlemen, that is just the beginning. Because while WWE is scrambling to fix the Orton problem, a second bomb dropped this week that has thrown the entire WrestleMania 42 card into chaos. Now, my sources are telling me that CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, that match that was supposed to be the true main event of WrestleMania 42 for the World Heavyweight Championship, could be in jeopardy this afternoon. Could be in serious jeopardy. Not because of an injury, not because of a contract dispute, not because of a walkout, but because of something that happened behind closed doors between Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and Triple H that nobody outside the room is supposed to actually know about. Again, this according to rumors and gossip and WWE news and WWE rumors. And whatever was said in that room, 3 people have now told me independently changed the direction of WrestleMania 42 completely. Now, let me go through the entire WrestleMania 42 card and tell you what my sources are saying about each match right now. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. As I just told you, this match is being rewritten in real time. The finish you expected is reportedly not happening. CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, the match is still on, but the planned finish has reportedly been changed twice in the last 7 days. And as of today, and as of tonight, nobody inside WWE Creative agrees on how the match actually will end. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. That is the one match on the card that sources say is completely locked. No changes, no problems. Obafemi destroyed Lesnar twice on Raw, and the finish of this match is reportedly one thing that Triple H refuses to change no matter what else gets rewritten. Now, over to the SmackDown side of things again. Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. Sources say there is genuine disagreement about who walks out of Las Vegas as champion. One faction inside WWE wants Rhea Ripley to win back the title and restart her reign. Another fraction of the audience, or those in the know, or the insiders, believe that Jade Cargill is the future and should go into the summer as champion. As of this week, that decision is still not made. Jacob Fatu versus Drew McIntyre, viewers, fans, and subscribers. That match is reportedly fine. No issues, no rewrites. The only concern is Drew McIntyre's mental state going into this match after everything that has happened with his on-screen exit angle and, of course, losing the undisputed WWE Championship back to Cody Rhodes. But, and here's the big but, here's the thing about all this chaos, all of this rewriting, all of this panic inside WWE 3 weeks before the biggest show of the year. It is not happening in a vacuum, ladies and gentlemen. No, it is not happening in a vacuum. It is happening at exactly the same time as the second massive story I need to tell you this evening. And the story involves Monday Night Raw and Netflix. Now, this has been a constant rumor and gossip on my channel for the better part of the last year. Now, when WWE signed that deal with Netflix to move Monday Night Raw off USA Network, it was supposed to be the future of professional wrestling. The biggest media deal in WWE history. More money, more exposure, more viewers. And for the first few months, it looked like it was working. The numbers are up. New fans were finding Raw. Everything seemed fine. But my sources are telling me that behind the scenes, the relationship between WWE and Netflix could be very well deteriorating. There could be a little bit of worry. There could be a little rattle. There could be a little shake between WWE and Netflix. And this week, according to people close to the situation, what is deteriorating reaches a breaking point. That deterioration, the specific reason is something that nobody in the mainstream wrestling media is reporting right now. And when you hear it, it will completely change how you look at every episode of Raw you have watched on Netflix over the last year. I can assure you of that. Now, here is what I'm hearing, viewers, fans, and subscribers. Here is what I'm hearing, and here's the gist. Netflix and WWE have been in a quiet but serious disagreement over creative control. Specifically, Netflix has reportedly been pushing WWE to make Raw more like a scripted drama series. More storyline, more character development, less wrestling. And WWE's response to that pressure has reportedly been absolutely not. Sources say Triple H drew a hard line and told Netflix directly that Raw is a wrestling show and will remain a wrestling show. Netflix reportedly pushed back, and that pushback, according to my sources, triggered conversations inside WWE about what happens when the Netflix deal ends. And those conversations have apparently already started exploring other options. Again, we all know they're locked in a massive 10-year deal. I get it and I understand it. But there's contracts. There could be disputes. There could be buyouts. You know, if things don't go according to plan, there is a 5-year walkout. They could walk out within 5 years instead of that 10-year deal. Now, this has triggered conversation inside WWE about what happens when the Netflix deal ends. And those conversations, like I said, apparently already started. Options that include a bidding war between NBC and ESPN and Amazon. And sources close to WWE's media team are saying the words Netflix and Raw may not be in the same sentence for very much longer, according to gossip and speculation online. That is major. That is pretty huge. That is pretty pivotal to the report, viewers. And here is where it gets really interesting, because the timing of all this is not a coincidence. The WrestleMania 42 rewrites, the Netflix situation are reportedly connected, and I am going to explain exactly how in just a moment. Now, here is the theories circulating among people close to WWE right now. Netflix wanted a WrestleMania 42 that looked more like a Hollywood blockbuster. Bigger celebrity involvement, more scripted moments, less unpredictability, and WWE initially went along with build-in card that reflected that direction. But somehow, somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the last couple of weeks, Triple H reportedly looked at the WrestleMania 42 card and realized it did not feel like WWE anymore. It felt like a Netflix production. And that is reportedly the real reason WrestleMania 42 could be rewritten right now, even though we all know WrestleMania will be on ESPN and not Netflix. Not because of the Orton crowd reaction, not because of the creative disagreements, but because Triple H is reportedly taking WrestleMania 42 back from the influence and rebuilding it as a pure professional wrestling show. And if that theory is correct, it means that version of WrestleMania 42 we are about to see in Las Vegas on April the 18th looks nothing like what ESPN or Netflix potentially wanted. And it also means the countdown to Raw leaving Netflix may have already quietly began. Now, let me be clear about all of this and what this means for you as a WWE fan. If, again, that is a big if, Raw leaves Netflix, the show moves back to traditional television, you would have to assume. That means it goes back to commercial breaks. It goes back to linear television format. Some people will say that this is a step backwards. But here is the other side of that argument. Raw on Netflix has been great for reaching new audiences, but it also changed the pacing and the structure of the show in ways that longtime fans have noticed and they have complained about. Of course, Netflix deals with, a lot of lagging, a lot of disruption, a lot of pausing, a lot of different variables go into this. A return to Raw, to traditional television, could actually mean a return to the hardcore wrestling fans who grew up loving. And that would mean a massive win for the core WWE audience. But ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake about it, here is where we stand right now this afternoon at around 1 o'clock. WrestleMania 42, 3 weeks away, under 3 weeks away. The card is being rewritten. The finishes are being changed. The Randy Orton heel turn that did not work is being addressed. And behind all of it, a quiet war potentially between WWE and Netflix that could change where you watch Monday Night Raw forever. But I want to hear from you. Do you think WrestleMania 42 is in trouble? Do you want Raw to leave Netflix and go back to traditional television? Drop everything in the comment section right now because this conversation is just getting started. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that like button, hit that notification button. We are going to be covering every single development as it happens between now and April the 18th. WrestleMania 42 is under 3 weeks away. We got the WWE SmackDown tomorrow night, and nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, is locked in anymore. Now, we also have to bring up the news and the rumor. Actually, no, this is confirmed. This is fact. According to those in the know, the dirt sheets, the websites, hell, WWE themselves, this is actually going down. This is actually happening. Bad News Brown, along with Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, or Sid, Psycho Sid, whatever name you want to go by, Sid and Bad News Brown are going into the Legacy WWE Hall of Fame class of 2026. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Finally, deservingly, their accolades, their performance, what they brought to the table, their fundamentals, their character, their perseverance. There's no doubt that Bad News Brown and Sid are taking their place, their rightful place in the WWE Hall of Fame, the Legacy Act. Now, we're also receiving word, according to those in the know, viewers, massive Roman Reigns announcement. Yes, you heard that right. A massive Roman Reigns announcement. He's coming. AJ Styles is secret to AEW. What is going on there? A major Bianca Belair problem. A major problem with her return. The WWE wanted her back. They fully anticipated her to be in-ring action. As a matter of fact, it was going to be Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair at WrestleMania this year. But obviously, the powers that be, the WWE, are not going to go in that direction because Bianca Belair is still not cleared and she is still not 100%. And that's obviously raising a lot of awareness and a lot of worry with those in WWE. But we got some breaking news right now. WWE, Saturday night's main event set for first ever live show at Madison Square Garden. Yes, you heard that right. Madison Square Garden, Saturday night's main event, first ever live show. Unbelievable for Saturday night's main event. It is unprecedented. Also, John Cena addresses claims that he ducks questions and rage baits fans. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we are receiving word, breaking updates on LA Knight and Braun Breaker as LA Knight shuts down injury concerns ahead of WrestleMania 42. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on LA Knight. Yeah, the man himself, guys. A lot of people noticed he wasn't 100%. He didn't look too good. That elbow definitely has looked a lot better, but LA Knight says you'd have to kill him for him not to make it at WrestleMania. And it would appear as if LA Knight is willing and able to go, and no matter what happens, but you know what? He's still not lined up for a match. LA Knight is still not locked in for a match at WrestleMania, the Showcase of Immortals. And obviously, guys, that is a problem. Also, Penta, Dominic Mysterio's title match sparks brutal backstage carnage. What is going on there? Again, these are more blockbuster updates that we're going to be working on in yet the next video. Now, I did a live stream earlier today. I want you to go check out the live stream that I did earlier today. You do not want to miss that. I can assure you of that. Viewers, fans, and subscribers, I went all out in a live stream earlier. I'm going to produce yet another video later on just to further show you exactly what I'm bringing to the table, all the time, all the investment, all the emotion, all the passion that I'm bringing to you right here. SeanzViewEnt Entertainment believes in the viewers, the fans, and the subscribers. Now, on top of that, if that wasn't enough, viewers, if that didn't tickle your fancy, what did you think about AEW Dynamite last night's, the results, the highlights, and key moments from March the 25, 2026? Were you for Dynamite? Were you against it? Did you like it? Were you entertained by it? Also, the WWE NXT results, highlights, and key moments from March the 24, 2026. And what did you think up to this point? Up to this point, what has been the show of the week? Was it AEW? Was it WWE? Or was it NXT, ladies and gentlemen? What has been the standout? What has been the moment for you so far? Also, Vince McMahon allegedly killed. Vince McMahon allegedly killed WWE storyline over some bad steak. You heard that right, viewers. You heard that right. Also, Tony D'Angelo reveals the real reason behind his absence in WWE. Also, MJF calls out modern indie wrestlers for being lazy. A lot of these guys suck. Now, that according to MJF, your current reigning top performer in AEW, and if history serves me correctly, your reigning reigning, well, that's what people would hope. One day, is MJF a future WWE champion? Well, first, he would have to come to the WWE for something like that to happen, but you never know. You can never, ever know in the WWE. But here on SeanzView, we keep you in the know. We make sure that you are grounded. We make sure that, well, you're not the kind of grounded that you're sitting in your room all day, but the kind of grounded where you're grounded on your cell phone, your iPhone, your laptop, your desktop, your PC, whatever it may be. This is where it all happens. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the foundation. Also, we are receiving word that there's going to be some heavy celebrity involvement in WrestleMania. Usually that is what the WWE does, so we're not too shocked or stunned about that. But ladies and gentlemen, plenty more to come from SeanzView Entertainment. What was the news and the rumors that got you on the edges of your seat today? What made you in anticipation? The excitement. Are you getting excited? Are you getting hyped up for WrestleMania? Is the hype absolutely real? Subscribe.